Hi, 7th grade. We're going to start a new chapter, chapter 12 on plants. Okay, so I've got a plant right here. Plants, as you know, are important. They provide us with oxygen that we breathe. Um, they provide us with food. Think about all the foods that we eat that come from plants, all the fruits and vegetables. And they're the start of the food chain for so many animals depend on plants. Of course, plants depend on sunshine and water and carbon dioxide for them to live. And so let's begin this journey on plants. It starts on page 300. Again, this is chapter 12. So it starts off telling us what a plant actually is. Of course, it's a living organism, and it's an organism that can make its own food. As you know, it goes through photosynthesis. Plants are multicellular, and they live in a lot of all over the world in all kinds of climates. And they are able to uniquely capture the energy from the sun because they have a green pigment called chlorophyll inside the chloroplast. If you remember, we studied about cells earlier this year. Got a plant cell here. We got chloroplasts, and the chlorophyll are inside the chloroplasts. And plants obviously don't have a skeletal system, so they have a cell wall, remember, that goes around their cells. It's made of cellulose, and it gives them support and it gives them shape. They have some other unique features to them. They have an outer waxy coating on their leaves called a cuticle that keeps them from drying out. And over here, after the cell walls, which I already mentioned, our book talks about the fact that plants have two stages in their life cycle, the sporophyte stage, and that's where they make spores, and the gametophyte stage, which is the young new plants, are called gametophytes. So that discusses their life cycle right here on page 301. Let's turn the page over. It talks about how we classify plants. We classify them in two big groups, non-vascular or vascular. Non-vascular plants are things like mosses, and probably so you haven't heard of liverworts and hornworts. They grow low to the ground. They don't have special tissue inside of them and to transport water, so they have to grow low to the ground so they can just get water from the ground, so they don't grow very tall. Vascular plants, on the other hand, have tissues on the inside of the plant that transports water throughout the plant, and so they grow taller. And now the vascular plants, they are categorized into two groups, gymnosperms or angiosperms. Gymnosperms do not have flowers. Angiosperms do have flowers. So if you look down here, here's the non-vascular we mentioned a moment ago, the mosses, liverworts, and hornworts. The vascular has seedless, actually is a group I didn't mention yet, forgot, but the seedless has the ferns, which you probably know of, horsetails and club mosses, and then the gymnosperms, like pine trees, and the angiosperms, which are flowering plants. On page 303, it discusses a little bit about the origin that they think of how plants came about, the scientists that believe in evolution. And that is the end of section 1. So it starts on page 300. Go ahead and read that on your own and just learn the general characteristics about plants and how they classify them. And it ends on page 303. We'll review this and have a quiz on it like we normally do. Take care of yourselves, and this will probably be one of the last full chapters that we'll be able to complete before the end of the year. We're getting there, getting close. Talk to you later. Bye-bye.